Hey, thanks for joining me with a little tea with Tasha. I hope things are going well for you. I'm excited and I just wanted to share some information. Hopefully, it's helpful to you. I made some notes. So if I look over here, that's what I'm looking at. I'm trying to kind of lay some groundwork for the process ahead because, especially if you haven't dated in a long time or if you haven't really dated correctly, if you haven't been successful, um, I can give you like just some information to just try to get you on the right track. So when you're dating and meeting somebody new, you're talking, ask them what they want, ask them what they're looking for, and ask them what their current relationship status is. And let them, they may say, oh, I'm single, I'm not dating, or I'm just dating. And ask them, is there someone out there that thinks they are in a relationship with you? So is there someone out there that thinks they're dating you? Is there someone out there that thinks that, if they see us out, are they going to be angry? Because I have seen and I have been in a situation or relationship. Well, I was in a relationship, and I think looking back, they were just dating me, you know. And I have seen that in different people, some people I know, and just situations where I was like, girl, you are in a relationship. He is not. He is not. He is still looking, still searching, still, you're whatever it is, you are not the one for him. You are not his person. You have qualities that he enjoys, you have benefits that he enjoys. But if you were the one for him, he would move forward, build, and lock it down. And he is not doing that. And he's been around long enough. And I know people who have done this for years. You think you're in a relationship and you are, but he is not. You are exclusive. He is not. You are committed. He is not. He will give you vibes of commitment when he feels that, okay, maybe she may be about to walk away or entertain somebody else. You know how, like, soon as you talk to somebody else, now they all hot and heavy and all in your face and giving you everything you want and saying everything because they just want to keep you in play. Because men, like I say, men date differently. They date like they meet somebody and they kind of can say, okay, this is what it is, and they may like her, but men really think that they're going to meet good woman after good woman after good woman, and they want to kind of keep their options open for the best one, which is, reasonable. But I think sometimes women try to go into it and like be in love right away, and it's like, no, it's plenty time for that. Right now, we need to lay some groundwork for what he wants and what type of situation is he in. Is like, does he have an entanglement somewhere? Does he have a situationship somewhere? Men will be halfway living with somebody and still be entertaining other women because she is not it. She is just for the time being. And they will keep somebody around just for the time being until that other person shows up or until they can continue to seek out somebody better. So we need to be aware of what, who we're dealing with and what they're doing, because that's just what it is. When you are talking to somebody, dating somebody, you on the phone, listen to what they're saying. Men typically tell you exactly what it is. They tell you what they want. They tell you who they are. You just have to listen. You just have to listen and listen for all those in between words, and just listen, because they will say what they want. And like, so if you ask a man, what is it that you want, and he says, well, I want everything. I want a wife for the right one, and if it's the right situation, and if all the stars align, know that's not you. Just because that's what he wants doesn't mean that he wants it with you. And men have much higher requirements for wives than a woman requires like they're going to have their requirements and they're not going to give until some of those requirements are being met. Women can sometimes give based on potential or give based on just who they are. And they haven't triggered any requirements. They haven't invested, they haven't been consistent. They just make you feel good. They give you a little attention and you go right into, relationship mode. And no, you cannot do that. Do not go into relationship mode with somebody who is dating you. You date them back and keep your options open. Like when you're dating and you're meeting people, keep it friendly, keep it casual, keep it just talking, getting information. Because when you meet somebody, everything is possible. When you meet somebody new, everything is possible. He could be everything that you ever imagined, dreamed of. Like, it's potential because you don't know him yet. You don't know what you don't know. And so that's why it's important to listen and keep it friendly. And don't like jump in because you don't know him. You don't know what you just don't know. You don't know what his habits are. You don't know what his patterns are. Keep it friendly and date, date multiple people because that's what men do. That's what men do. They'll meet somebody and they'll, hey, connect with her, talk to her, get interested because they know they might see something like, yeah, I don't like that. That's not going to work for me. They're discerning of what it is that they want and what they don't want. So, keep it casual. You meet, you talk, look at his actions, his words, if he's consistent, when you're talking to somebody and you're dealing with somebody, look at those small interactions as far as, oh, I'm gonna call you tomorrow. And if you don't call tomorrow, then you already know he loose with his words, and a man is only his word. Like, he's only as good as his integrity. Look at how he keeps his word. If he is, if he breaks promises and kind of, doesn't feel any type of way about it, look at that. Don't ignore those. Those are the red flags. Those are the things that we need to pay attention to. How he behaves, how he treats other people. Because if he treats other people badly, your turn is coming. Like, this is who he is. He doesn't treat people badly and then all of a sudden he's just going to treat you like a queen. No, he probably just treats people badly. He probably might just be rough with people. But if he's kind with other people, then he's probably going to be kind with you. He's just a kind man, which is awesome. So let's just pay attention when we're dealing with someone. I would say when you're dealing with someone, have your requirements, and you may not really know what your requirements are. You may have an understanding of what it feels like, but you might not be able to put it into, play. But when you're getting to know someone, set your requirements and set your expectations and keep your boundaries firm, because it's much easier to do it now than it is to do it later. Once you don't bend because you want some attention, because you want somebody to talk to, if you are in a desperate place or a thirsty place, men are going to be able to sense it. They're going to be able to, put their spidey senses up, and they're gonna be able to kind of see where you are. They can feel it. That's just, men are hunters. So when they're looking at their prey, they're looking at everything, how she moves, how she does this. That's just what they do, because they have to see what the best way to get her. That's just what it is. So if you are in a desperate place or a thirsty place, fill your own cup. Fill your own cup. Take yourself out, invest in yourself, do things that build your confidence so that you can, give yourself the love that you need first. Because if you haven't or aren't in the process or don't have a routine of giving yourself the love that you need, it's going to be hard to allow somebody to love you, because people are going to treat you how you treat you. So if you treat yourself badly, they're going to treat you badly. If you don't make yourself a priority, they're not going to make you a priority. That energy, they're going to pick up on whatever your energy is. If you have a self-care routine where you take care of yourself and, take care of your mental health, your emotional health, you take time for yourself, you decompress, then they'll know that you are healthy and that they'll approach you a certain way. Because like an unhealthy person will kind of take anything, they'll just do anything because they haven't set boundaries for themselves. So how can they set them for other people? You have to be healthy for you first before you can be healthy with somebody else. So if you are in a needy place, fill your own cup. Do some things that make you feel good about yourself. Affirm yourself. Look, you have to look at yourself and tell yourself you're beautiful. You have to look at yourself and tell yourself that you are worthy before you can demand someone else to, see your value, or demand for someone else to see that you are worthy. You have to be worthy, and your worth is going to be determined by your actions, and mostly what you tolerate and what you allow. And the less that you allow, that's where your worth comes from. Your worth doesn't come from, how many men you can attract. Your worth comes from how you implement your boundaries and implement, what is important to you. If you have a good self-worth and a good set of boundaries, then you can walk away. Even if you like somebody, even if you attracted somebody, even if they your cup of tea or whatever it is, you can just walk away, because you know that if he can't value me now, he's not going to value me later. You determine your worth. And when you're having interactions and when you're dating, they will. They're going to test your boundaries right away. They're going to feel you out. They're going to see what, where you are. They may text, good morning, how you doing? And then you don't hear from them for a few days. And that may go on for a little while. And that's okay, because you don't want to chase him and, try to initiate too much, because you want to see where his head is. You want to see if he's really interested, because if he's not interested, it's just not going to really work. So, reciprocate, but don't be too thirsty or too, just feel it out and let it evolve naturally. Let it just go the way it should go. Don't try to force it. And another thing is that when you are, dating and talking to people and doing different things, don't try to rush into relationships, and don't allow people to give you, like I said, relationship vibes, but not the commitment. Realize that in this process, we are getting to know ourselves. We are getting to know what we want. And more than anything, you're going to learn what you don't want. Because when you get burned by some foolishness, you're going to say, okay, I don't want that to happen again. What can I do differently? What can I, do that keeps my peace, keeps me in a safer place. Realize in the process that you are kind of going to be failing forward. We're going to be meeting people, and things may not work out, and it just is what it is. And usually, when you're dating, give it some weeks. Don't be so oh my God, I think he's the one, and because you don't, like I say, you don't know what you don't know. You don't know how he is. I had a friend who was dating and went out with a guy, and he had a lot of good qualities, and he had a lot of, I think he was a professor, and had things going on. And so she going out and talking to him, and so she went out with him, and they were at dinner, and he like just turned into this other person where he did not want, it was a male waiter, and he did not want a male waiter. And he felt like, like, and he was actually a really good waiter. And so he was like, hey, what do you want? This, that, and the third. And so he felt like that the male waiter was going to give her more attention than he was going to give him. And that like he had a whole thing about it, like literally call for management to come and like, I want a female waiter. And like, it was so crazy. It was so random. And then she was on a day like, yeah, it is not going to work, because what is going on? Like, why don't you respect him? He's doing his job. And like, so the second waitress came, and like, she didn't know, like whatever he had asked, the guy had answered and told him, everything with the menu, what he wanted, the substitutions. But he needed to hear it from a woman. Like, he didn't want to, whatever he had going on. And so when she brought the food out, it wasn't what he wanted. And it was what the first male waiter had told him, like, this is not that. And so like the whole meal was not good, and she was just like, this guy is so weird. Like, this is so strange. And so you need to give yourself time before you try to get so invested to see. You don't even know who he is. You don't even know what his habits are. And you don't know, what it looks like when he's upset or when he's angry or when he's frustrated or, anything. So like, take your time and understand that when you are dating, you are meeting his representative for the most part. You are meeting his representative. You are meeting the very best of what he can offer. He is going to, or at least he should put his best foot forward. So, you want to wait until you want to know what it looks like when he gets comfortable. When he relaxes a bit and you can see who he really is, not his first date behavior or his, initial date behavior. You want to see, what the duration looks like, because men can mask for a while. I had a guy tell me, like, I'm trying to, make you fall in love with me before you realize I'm not perfect. And I'm like, I do realize that you're not perfect, but I want to get to know you. And a mature man will want you to get to know him, because he wants you to feel safe and comfortable. And he wants, a genuine experience too. But, take your time, get to know a person, because you want to know, is this the person or is this the representative? Like, let the representative kind of, fall off and meet the real him. And that's going to take time, because, men want to feel safe. They want to feel safe that they can be themselves, that you're not going to, make them uncomfortable or, degrade them or anything like that. So when you're dating and talking, take your time, listen to what he's saying, listen to what his goals are, and make sure that, like I say, don't put yourself in a position where he's saying all these things like, I like to take trips and I like to do this and I like to do that. Don't like put yourself in with me, like I like to do, and you thinking it's with, no, it's not with you. No, it's not with you. And all of those things may not even be in existence. He just may be talking. He just may be, trying to put out some information that he thinks that's going to make you bite. So, be cautious, be careful. I'm going to make some more videos, and it's just kind of hopefully going to build one video or build on the next. But like I said, if you have any questions, something that you need addressed now, let me know. Inbox me, put it in the comments, do something, and I'll do my best to give you what I can. I hope that you have enjoyed this Tea with Tasha. I certainly have enjoyed sharing with you. Like, share. I'm still trying to figure this whole thing out. I'm sure I'm going to say subscribe at some point, but I got to get it all together. But I'm just having a good time, and I hope you are too. Enjoy, and talk to you soon.